Why is Numenor's timeline so complex? Imagine a story that stretches over thousands of years, filled with kings, wars, and shifting beliefs. That's what makes Numenor's history so tricky to follow. It's not just a simple story of rise and fall. Instead, it's a long, winding journey with many layers. Numenor was created at the start of the Second Age as a reward for the men who fought against Morgoth in the First Age. The Valar, the powerful angelic beings, gave them this island in the middle of the Great Sea, between Middle-earth and the Undying Lands. The Númenóreans were blessed with long life, wisdom, and great skill in crafts and sailing. They became the most powerful men of their time. For many centuries, Numenor thrived in peace and prosperity. Their kings ruled wisely, and the people honored the Valar and stayed friendly with the Elves. But as time went on, things changed. The Númenóreans started to grow proud and jealous of the Elves' immortality. They became afraid of their own mortality and began to turn away from the Valar. This shift in their hearts didn't happen overnight. It was a slow process that took many generations. The timeline gets even more complicated because Numenor's kings lived for hundreds of years. Their long reigns meant that big events, like Sauron's rise, the forging of the Rings of Power, and Numenor's corruption, happened over many generations. It wasn't just a quick series of events, but a gradual change that built up over centuries. Sauron played a major role in the downfall. After being defeated in Middle-earth, he was taken to Numenor as a prisoner. There, he used his cunning to turn the Númenóreans against the Valar. He convinced the last king, Ar-Pharazôn, to sail to the Undying Lands in search of immortality. That act of defiance led to Numenor being destroyed when the island was swallowed by the sea. The way Tolkien tells this story also adds to its complexity. He describes it through the eyes of the elves and the faithful Númenóreans, who kept records of what happened. The story is told through the reigns of kings and the passing of many years, rather than strict dates. This makes it hard to pin down exact timelines, but it helps show how the story of Numenor spans a long, slow process of change and decline. Understanding this timeline helps explain how the kingdoms of Gondor and Arnor in Middle-earth came to be. It also helps us see how the Rings of Power and Sauron's influence shaped the history of Middle-earth. The story isn't just about a lost island, but about how pride, fear, and desire for power can change a people over many generations.